Hello everyone, I am FIDE instructor and Arena International Master Rishikesh Chavan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in Chess Made Simple, we are going to learn attracting the piece. So let's see what it is. Now, many times to execute a combination or a tactic, you need your opponent's piece on a certain square. Of course, he's not going to help you by moving that piece over there on his own. So we have to force that piece on that particular square, or you can say we have to attract that piece on that particular square. That way, so that we can execute our original plan. Let's check this position. Here, Black's king is trapped on the back rank. He cannot go up because of his own pawn and of course because of white's pawn. But right now, back rank checkmate cannot be given. There are two possibilities to give check on the back rank. So white can play something like rook e8 check, or even he's thinking about playing rook g8 check. But as you can see, both the checks are stopped by the king, or we can say king is the defender. So what we need to do, we need to attract the king inside, or we need to force the king inside, so that we can give a safe check on e8 and it will be a checkmate. And for that, we are going to play rook g8 check. We are sacrificing the rook and we are attracting opponent's king towards g8 square. King has to capture, and once it is done, we can execute our original plan, that is rook e8 checkmate. So you can see attracting is like a magnet, or you can say it's like removing the defender, where you're luring away the defender, or even you can say you are setting up a position where you can execute your original plan, which can be mate, which can be double attack, or which can be any other tactics, right? Like pin or something. Let's move ahead. Okay, let's see what's happening over here. Here again, black's pieces are far away from king's safety, and of course, even black's king is stuck in the middle of the board on f8. His castling is gone. So white has to do something very quickly, or else black will build up a defense around his king. Black wants to give check on this line, but the problem is queen d8 check is not possible because of the rook. And if he tries playing something like this, then king will capture. King is there. Also, black is defended by this pawn, so maybe white is thinking he can play something like this check, and maybe the checkmate will follow soon. But again, all these tactics are defended by the king. King is there, even this rook is there. So now we have to force the king, or we have to force one of opponent's pieces on such a square, so that we can execute our original plan. So here we are going to play rook e8 check. Why we are giving up a rook? Why we are sacrificing the rook? So that king will come on e8, and once the king is on e8, then only queen e7 can be a checkmate. So if you can imagine queen e7 checkmate when the king is on e8, then only you will get this move. That is why you need to solve lots and lots of mate in one puzzles or mate in two puzzles. Solving these puzzles will give you all the mating ideas. Let's move ahead. Okay. Again, Castling's wall is gone. There are no pawns in front of the king, only this bishop. But even this bishop is pinned, so bishops can't do anything much. We are hoping for a checkmate. Let's assume if the rook is over here, if this f8 square is occupied, then queen h7 is a checkmate, because king cannot run. Right now, queen h7 is not a checkmate because king will simply run away, and again it will be difficult for us to checkmate him. So before he runs away, we need to stop him. We need to draw him out. So that way we are going to play rook h8 check. It's almost a checkmate. So king will have to capture it. Bishop cannot capture because bishop is pinned. So after king into rook, now we have successfully attracted the king on the h8 square. And why do we need opponent's king on h8? So that we can play queen h7 checkmate. So if you have imagined queen h7 checkmate, then only you will find rook h8 check. So imagination is very important in chess. Okay, let's see what is happening. Okay, we are right. Again, queen and knight are away from black's defense, black's safety. So let's see what we can do. Let's imagine if the king is on h6, then Rook h1 can be a checkmate because king cannot run anywhere because of his own pawn and because of our knight. So if we can attract the king towards h6, then it will be a quick checkmate. So if you figure out this checkmate, then you will find the move very easily. Queen h6 check. Black has to capture the queen. Even if he moves back, it won't help him. So suppose if he goes back, then there follows rook c8 check. You will have to block it with the rook, and then rook into rook, it's a checkmate. That is why after queen h6 check, he will have to capture the queen, and then we will continue with rook h1 checkmate. So if you have imagined this, then queen h6 check, this queen sacrifice is not so difficult to find. Let's move ahead. Okay, this looks like there are a lot of heavy pieces in this small area. Let's see what we can do now. We were maybe trying attacking the king from this side. We were trying attacking white king from this side, but because of this heavy pieces in the middle, it's a bit difficult to checkmate the king through this line. But we can draw the king on this line, and that way it will be easier to give checkmate because white's heavy pieces are away from a5. So to do that, we are going to play rook a3 check. Now he cannot move anywhere, so compulsorily he will have to capture the rook. And once we attract the king outside his safety, now giving checkmate is easy. Queen a6 check. This is just a normal move, or you can say this delaying the checkmate. He cannot actually stop this checkmate. And then queen into queen is a checkmate. So again, if you have imagined this checkmate, then only you will realize that you will have to draw the king out so that you can execute this checkmate. Next. Okay, let's see what do we have over here. Okay, again, black king looks pretty cornered, but at least he has queen and bishop with him to defend the king. Now, if we can force the king on a4, so if we can force the king to move away from these pieces, then we can give a checkmate from b3. Queen b3 is a checkmate if the king is on a4. So we have to draw the king on a4. We have to force the king to move on a4. You can say this is kind of magnet. We are pulling the king towards a4 like a magnet. King must capture the pawn. There is no other way to stop check. And after king into a4, queen b3 is a checkmate, which we have already imagined, or which we already figured out. Next position, please. Okay, we are white over here. Let's see what we can do. Hmm, black pieces are away from king's safety. Black's back rank is weak, and also there are no defender around the king. Only these tiny pawns are there. So if we can break through this the wall of pawns, then we can calculate, or we can execute a checkmate. Let's see how we can do this. If we think about playing something like rook into f7, so that later on we can give queen f8 checkmate. But after rook into f7, now it's black's turn, and black will start giving all kind of checks, and suddenly you will find yourself under a lot of firing or lot of checks, and that way this rook into f7 is not working. Why rook into f7 is not working? Because rook into f7 is not a check. If you give check, or if you want your opponent to be busy, or if you want to keep your opponent busy, you should give him a check, or you should at least give a checkmate threat. That way he will be busy defending the king. So we are going to do that with queen f8 checkmate, queen sacrifice forced. Then there follows rook into f7 check. Now if he goes inside, that is on g8, then rook f8 is a checkmate. And if he comes out, that is on e8, then there follows rook f8 check. Compulsory he will have to move up. Now wherever he goes, whether to d7 or whether to e7, it doesn't make any difference. There will be r uh, r2 f7 checkmate. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, what do we have over here? Black is going to checkmate our king in two moves. So black is planning queen into h2 check. king f1, and then queen g2 checkmate. So we have to act fast. When while acting fast, we have to make sure that black doesn't checkmate our king. So we have to keep black busy. And if you want to keep your opponent busy, the best way is to give check. So check. Why we are giving this check? Because as you can see, black king is cornered on h7. There are pieces in front of the king, but there is no one on the back rank. There is no one on the back side of the king. So we are trying to give checkmate from the back side. So that is why we are sacrificing the rook over here. Rook h8 check, forced king into rook. There is no other way. And then there follows queen e8 check, compulsory queen h7, and then finally we arrived at our imagined checkmate, queen g8 checkmate. Next. Okay, uh, we are having check right now. Okay, so we have to do something about the check. Also, king is stuck in the middle of the board, though he is covered from all the sides with his pieces, but still king is stuck in the middle of the board. So let's see what we can do. First of all, we need to do something about the check. Now, if we play some passive move, something like this or this, then we are going to lose our queen for free. So that way we have to keep our opponent busy. And what do we do? Yes, we give check. So rook c4 check. He cannot capture it with the queen because queen is pinned. And if he captures with the king, then queen c3 is a checkmate. Let's assume he goes back. If he calculated, if he has calculated this, then maybe he won't capture and he will move back. But again, the result won't change. Queen d8, and again it's a checkmate. So if you have calculated queen c3 mate and queen d8 mate, then only you will realize that rook c4 is the correct move. Next position, please. Okay, what do we have over here? King is cornered. Material is somewhat equal. Black is pawn up. Black has outside passer on a file, and also his pieces looks connected and active. The only problem with black is his king is alone on h6. There is no enough shelter, or there is no enough defense around the king. So we are going to use that weakness, and we are going to play rook into h7 check. Compulsory he has to capture it, king into h7. Then there follows queen f7 check. Now black has two options. If he goes to h6, then there follows queen into g6 checkmate. And if he goes to h8, then there follows knight into g6 checkmate. So if you have figured this out, if you got this mate into, then only you will realize why rook into h7 is important, or then you will realize why forcing the king or attracting the king to h7 is important. We will conclude this topic with this interesting position. Let's see what is happening. We are black right now. King is alone on the king side. No white pieces are around the king. Only these tiny pawns are there. Also, the back rank is weak, but our rook cannot reach the back rank because our bishop is over here. Now, if we think about removing the bishop, maybe if you are thinking about playing bishop f3, so that we can give checkmate on the next move. So then we don't have enough time. Why? Because after bishop f3, white will play queen into g7, and it's a checkmate. So it's mating one for us. So we have to be very careful over here. We have to keep our opponent busy, and to do that, yes, you got it right, we have to give check. So queen h1 check, again compulsory he has to capture it. And now we got the king in bishop's range, so we can play bishop f3 with check. Compare the position. When we were thinking about playing bishop f3 first, it wasn't a check, and because of that white could give us checkmate. But here it's a check. White has no time to give checkmate. White will have to save his king, and then we will figure out this checkmate, and we'll execute this checkmate, and we will win this game. So this is a new concept. It's called attracting. So it's like forcing opponent's piece on a particular square. so that we can execute our original plan. So before you can attract the king, or you can attract opponent's piece on some particular square, you need some plan. There must be some tactics coming up. Then only you will realize whether on what square you want your opponent's piece, and then attracting can be easy. I hope you enjoyed this topic. So see you soon, everyone. Thank you.